Yo, I want you to imagine this. You wake up, you realize that you're not in your own bed. Then you look to your left and right and you realize, oh my God, that there's somebody there and they naked. And you're like, okay. You look at yourself, you realize you're naked too. And then you start wondering in your head, did we have sex? Of course. Yeah, of course we had sex. Yeah, she naked, I'm naked. Then the second question that comes to your head is like, did we use protection? So you're trying to smell your dick. Okay. Do I smell like latex? Yes. No. Depends on when and if I had any protection. That used to be a very scary moment for me. And it used to happen on a weekly basis because I used to be a blackout kind of a drinker. Where I'm drinking, I pass out, I'm like, I find myself from Nairobi all the way to Nakuru. You're like, oh my God, first of all, how do I not even remember that 2-hour drive or 3-hour drive? Oh my God. Every morning I'm like, oh my God, nafakwacha pombe. Nafakwacha pombe. Wow. So it got to a point where I stopped even saying nafakwacha pombe. It got to a point where mimi sana nilikuwa zile za, okay, Mungu nisaidie niache pombe. Because you have you ever gone to a place where you no longer trust yourself? I want you to see this. Like you've tried to make a decision. You've tried to say it. You said it to the point where you're like, okay, hapa inaonekana mimi siwezi fanya hii stuff. Inabidi yenyewe nimeitisha some higher help. That I got to that point. And to that point, it got me to realize that, yeah, it's better when you get to that point because now you start being realistic with yourself. Because there's a reason you drink. And drinking is not just like, oh, I just like the way alcohol tastes. Nobody likes the way alcohol tastes. If you do, check yourself. There's something. There's something. Alcohol is disgusting. Cocaine is disgusting. Smoking is so harmful to your health. And yet we still do it, right? So why is it that we do it? We do it because we want to escape reality. We want to escape our feelings. The best way to describe this is that you want to procrastinate the way you feel. Understanding self-sabotage helped me so much because I had to understand, okay, I'm the one who's standing in my own way. The only reason I don't want to be in reality is because I don't like my reality. And me postponing my feelings from, okay, you're now free. Because now what happens with alcohol is you don't want to feel the way you're supposed to feel. You don't want to feel like you. You cannot stay sober because you don't like your life. Or you don't like something about yourself, or you cannot deal with reality unless you are high on something. Now, self-sabotage is kind of the same. This person knows that they are above and beyond, so they stand in their own way. Another thing you have to do is stop attaching only good memories to your alcohol experience. Think about this. You only remember the good times. You don't remember the bad times when you were so embarrassing that but at the end of the day, I want you to think about this. That's how the brain works. You will forget because you want to forget those bad experiences, those bad situations where you embarrassed yourself. But you need to remember them. The first step I usually say in any form of healing, because you have to heal from you, first of all, hating yourself, because it's a form of you not being okay with you. That's what alcohol is. If you cannot be happy just being yourself, that you need a substance to make you happy, that's where the problem comes in. It means there's something wrong. It means that you don't like you. Now you need to work on that. And the first step is usually you need to forgive yourself. It's so funny that we learn how to forgive people, but we don't know how to forgive ourselves. And actually saying it out loud, man, I forgive you, man. Like, I've done that for so many situations in my life. And usually when I do that, it's because I remember. Every day, every minute that your brain kind of reminds you of a situation that you did that was so stupid, right? The brain kind of works like that. So you remember the situation, you're like, oh my God, I did that. How could I do that? And then this is where you say like, okay, wow, damn. Man, I forgive myself for that. Man, you're like, man, I forgive myself for that stupid shit. But this is a process because you have to let it out. If you continually keep that thing inside of you, that hate, you will continually not like who you are and the decisions that you make. And the worst thing that you can do is not appreciate yourself. If you get to a point where you hate yourself, that is another level of you need help. That is not alcohol can help you. No, that is you need some guidance and some therapy. Because hating yourself means you don't even trust the decisions that you make. You don't even trust your dreams. You double guess and you doubt yourself. Because that's what you get to that point after every time. Like I almost got to that point where I'm like, damn, I keep telling myself I'm gonna stop alcohol, and the next day I'm right there with my homies drinking, letting that thing up. Um, I'm like, okay, so I'm not the best decision maker for my life. You start being scared of your own decisions. That's a process of you starting to hate yourself. Think about that. You're starting to hate yourself. Yo, real talk with Shuba Rastus. I want you to comment if you need any help. Talk to me. I can give you the best advice I can. We can try and communicate. Every situation is different. I've given you just a glimpse of my life and what I learned from my life. And what I learned is, first of all, the problem is not anybody else. The problem is you. You just be okay with who you are. And there's no such thing as venye life in a fakua, the way life is supposed to be. Everybody showed up in this world. We found ourselves here. So you make the decision of how you're going to make your life. And anything that you do, don't feel sorry for yourself. You're just going to be like, oh, that's how the way it is. That's the way the Lord did it.